is Lisa, and you're listening to Odd Musings with Brett and Scott.
Live from the Echo Network studios here in beautiful downtown Royal Oak, Michigan, completely under construction. This is Odd Musings, and we're your hosts. I'm Brett Pinson, creator of Boomtown Scabs, The Adventures of Carl, The Expendables. Eventually, we'll do an Odd Musings book we keep talking about. And I'm joined, of course, with...
the always present Scott Zambelli, physically at least, not mentally. I do artwork. I doodle for a living. I sell houses. I wear many hats.
And according to a DNA test, we're brothers. And I think he's the evil brother because he has the beard.
Beards are not evil. Although statistically speaking, or not statistically, but according to surveys, bearded people are less trusted than non-bearded.
And that's probably why everybody has a beard nowadays. Because you can't trust nobody.
You can't trust nobody. That's right.
And of course, we're wearing our Odd Musing shirts. Go to T-24.com. Put in Odd Musings to find the Odd Musing shirt. Put in coupon code ODD to save 10% off it. And you get free shipping. So order your shirts, guys. We know we got superfan Janosaurus Rex has her shirt.
That's right. The Janosaurus.
So does Sue.
Janosaur.
Yep. Janosaurus.
I love that name.
The Janosaurus Rex.
So for those who may or may not know, last week was a compilation of past interviews. That was our episode 61.
Comic-Con interviews that we did.
Yep.
I think it was a fun little thing to do, so we took the holiday off.
And it was a fun kind of trip down memory lane. You know, with Dee Snider, our interview with Sean Forney.
Yep.
Many others.
Yeah. We got like Jay Fife in there. We got Susan from Vegas that we met in there.
Jerry from Walking Dead.
Jerry from Walking Dead was in there.
What's the actor's name? Cooper
Andrews.
That's it.
And then I had a couple from that you did out in
Phoenix, I think
Phoenix and Heroes, stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. Also reminded me we probably should start getting more interviews.
I know. We got to get back on that.
I think I threw Katie Cook in there too, so it's pretty cool. And she's got a lot of cool stuff going on. Her webtoon strip she's been doing is getting a lot of movement on that. I guess they even had like merchandise at Heroes Con, though she wasn't there based on it. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
And we interviewed her a year ago, but when she was just a somebody, and now she's a big somebody.
There we go. But Katie's great. Always good talking to her. And
yeah. I've been a fan for a long time, and back in the time when it was $20 to get a full colored sketch card, and now it's probably like $200. So,
something like that.
I'll never sell it. It's an awesome card. But yeah, we were off last week. Pretty much, we both had stuff that we did, but I did a lot of working. You did a lot of working, it sounds like. We both saw Ant-Man, which we're going to talk about today later on in the show.
Yep.
But you had some really exciting announcement. You made a big purchase recently.
Yeah, unfortunately, my beloved 2004 Saturn Ion 2 died. Actually, it didn't die yet, but it was in its death spiral. Repairs kept coming up, and I recently had to do like $1,200 in repairs, and I thought, well, this will keep it alive at least another year, because I haven't had car payments in a couple years, so I was hoping this car would keep going, but it was just getting too old, and so another thing broke, and I'm like, no more money. I'm done. Now, at this point, I'm making car payments via repair.
Right.
So I went to the dealership and was able to get a brand new 2018 Ford Escape, which is pretty amazing because going from a 2004 to 2018 is a big difference.
It's a giant upgrade.
Oh yeah,
it's like going from a horse and buggy to a car.
Yeah, I mean, my last car, my beloved Saturn, had roll-up windows, so I would have to actually crank the handle. Now I have power windows everywhere. To back up, I would actually turn my head and look. Now I have cameras. So I got heated seats.
Wow, you get the heated seats?
It came with it.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't spend extra for it, but yeah, so it was cool. It's a very nice car. My mother purchased a Ford Escape a little while back because every car I've ever owned prior to this was a GM.
Okay.
Whether it was a Pontiac, Saturn or General Motors, Chevy.
Yeah.
I always owned a GM brand, not just because I liked them, but Saturns I really enjoyed, but they don't make those anymore.
Right.
And with my mother's purchase, I got to test drive her car, and I'm like, I actually like the feel of this.
Well, I know you drove ours because from a couple of trips we've had had Mom's Escape a couple of times on these trips.
Yeah, so all four of me, my mom, you, and your mom all own Ford Escapes.
Yes.
We got to start a gang.
It's more proof that we're like related or something.
We need to start a Ford Escape gang.
Yeah,
watch out. We're gonna have leathers.
We're the Ford Escapes. We're up early. We're in bed early. Dinner at 3.
Our motto will be "Get off our lawn." Yeah. But so it rides wonderfully. I only had 100 miles on it when I got it, and I'm already over 1,000 a week and a half later.
When we head out here today, I got to take a look at it.
I'll have to show it to you. So so that was excellent. Good times, and it rides nice. And now I have something dependable. I also have a dependable payment that will be due every month.
It's a good thing you're shifting.
Good thing I'm shifting because it's a chunk of my budget, but it's a needed chunk.
Well, it's an investment that you needed. I mean, you drove your car quite a bit. I mean, your car, just like my vehicle, I've had mine since 2007 is when I got mine. It was 2008, and I mean, it's got over 200,000 miles. I've taken it all over the country. I mean, you've done the same thing. You've driven everywhere with it, like we do with Comic-Cons.
Exactly.
Get the miles on it, and I'm kind of at the same thing. I put some money in this year, and I'm at the point now. I just want it to last, almost another year, probably less, and then get a new car because it's time. I don't want to put any more money into it. I've got new tires on it, tie rod, and new joint. Anything else goes. I'm not putting more money into it because you can't keep doing that to a car because you're going to spend $4,000 and $5,000 a year. You might as well just get a brand new car.
At that point, you might, because that's what your payments will be for the year.
Oh, I see your table neighbor, Sean Forney's watching.
Hey, hello, neighbor.
You guys get to be next year. I'm so jealous now because I want to go to San Diego, but I'm going to make it up to Sean since I'm not going to be there. Mom posted something yesterday. These cupcakes with Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, yes.
Remember his Fruity Pebble churro at Disneyland and downtown Disney.
You do realize now Sean is forever linked with Fruity Pebbles.
Oh yeah,
in our minds.
Well, I like them too. So we're gonna make some for when we do Akron. They're doing Akron, so we're gonna take some. Steph was like, no, you're not gonna do
we
it.
gotta buy a box of Fruity Pebbles and print off a picture of Sean and cut his head out and put it on Fred's body. Make a customized box for him.
There we go. We'll get a special. We'll get them the Forney Pebbles.
Forney Pebbles. I love it. Forney Pebbles. The problem with Fruity Pebbles is I can't. If I buy them, I eat the whole box.
But that's one bowl.
Right, but they don't fill me up at all.
I ate some. Actually, I ate some yesterday morning, and I had to eat 2 bowls to actually feel like I ate some. I mean, they're so good though.
Yeah, and you're right though. The box is like a 13-ounce box.
Good size bowl. So I filled it up to get the milk, and I get through. I'm like, I still got half the thing still filled with milk. So I had to fill that up just to finish the milk. And
yeah, exactly.
But they're so good.
They're excellent. They are. So so did that, and
and I see my bestie Maggie is listening. Hi, Maggie. I'll see you this weekend. I'll text you on my schedule this weekend because I got a busy schedule, but I want to see you for sure.
And Amanda joined in?
That's her. That's Maggie.
Oh.
So.
The Maggie threw me off.
Yeah, she goes by Amanda Patchy online to hide from everybody.
Oh, and then you just revealed her secret identity to the world, Brad.
I know.
You can't do that.
I'm horrible.
That's like telling everyone Clark Kent is Superman.
What? I didn't know that.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like, what? Grant Gustafson's The Flash, so hey.
What? But in addition to the car, I also took another huge step into 2018.
Yes.
I finally put security on my phone.
I'm shocked you didn't have security before. See, I've had it on for years.
I hate it. It's like, to look at my phone, I don't like that I have to type in a code or all that. So anyways, everyone made a big deal the other day when we had to go to a phone store, and I mentioned, I don't have anything on my phone. They're like the whole place was silent, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should. And so I did. So I put in my code. I have a PIN code now. But what is cool though, I got the thumbprint,
yeah.
So I do that, and it was easy to set.
Yeah.
And what's really cool though is one thing I didn't want it to do is always go into security mode while I'm driving, but I could then have my car identified as a safe device, a recognized device, so that when I'm in my car, it won't go into lock mode.
Oh, okay.
So that way, if it goes to sleep, I can just open it up. I don't have to try to unlock it while I'm driving or something. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, see, I've always had mine locked. Part of it goes back years ago. I had an app that required you to lock the phone for it to work. It was to make your phone a Wi-Fi hotspot at the time, and it was before they started making it easy to do with Verizon, where they didn't overcharge you. And so I had that since then. I've always kept it just because it's easy. I know going boop, 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 I'm into it real quick. And now it is sometimes become a pain if I hit the wrong button. I have to unlock it again, especially when I'm doing shops and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now my biggest fear is I'm going to buy a metal ring to put over my thumb, so if someone steals my phone, they can't cut my thumb off to unlock the phone. So that's my next.
That won't protect you. You'll just cut your wrist off and cut the hand off the wrist, and
there's always something.
That's why. If
I'm being held up, I'll carry acid with me and stick my thumb in the acid and burn
that's
my
why. That's why I don't use the thumbprint
fingerprints
stuff.
off.
It's only the number. They got to guess my number, and they're going to torture me. I'm like, "What's your number?" It's like 1, 2, 3.
What kind of jerk puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as their password?
That's what you use on luggage. Change my luggage.
But
Spaceballs, yay!
So that was another big step into 2018 for me. I just
feel like leaps and bounds.
I
for you
feel like I've actually gone in a time machine and jumped ahead like 10 years.
And you're sitting there going, "Get off my lawn!"
I know.
And you're now like one of the youngsters. Brand new car, brand new phone, and
brand new haircut. Got my hair cut today.
I got all mine cut
yours
yesterday.
cut yesterday. Well, I got mine cut yesterday too. I don't know why I said today. It was because it took me so long to drive here in traffic. It felt like a whole nother day it went by or something.
Yeah.
But so what about on your end here? What fun things did you do? I know you were working a lot.
Yeah, I did a lot of working, and in a lot of ways that's kind of fun. I actually had a few people I hadn't seen in a while this past week that I've shot before that I always enjoy seeing, and so it was nice to catch up with one. One actually gave me a hug, and then she was like, "I ain't seen you in a while."
Oh.
So she's always really nice and all that stuff.
Good.
But I like to live those. You get these regulars. Since I'm on a pretty consistent schedule, I get a lot of regulars and a lot of people I like to see all the time and chat with and catch up. And then there's some that like just drop it here and leave.
Exactly.
Like, here you go. And that. But I did that. We're getting ready. We've got a memorial this Saturday for my Uncle Marky, who passed away a few months ago. So a lot of families coming up today. My Aunt Lisa and my Aunt Sherry are flying up from Florida, so I'll get to see them this weekend. I'm going to be smoking my famous smoked mac and cheese today, and taking some of that out there. So it'll be Saturday afternoon. So I'm going to work in the morning, and then we're going to go for the afternoon for that. It's kind of just a small get together. It's not a funeral. It's just kind of hanging out and everybody seeing each other. And because unfortunately Uncle Mark passed away unexpectedly.
Yeah, that was
and he's definitely missed and all that stuff. But I'll see his only daughter Lucy and all her kids, which is his grandkids and stuff like that. And so we'll have a. I think it's weird to say this for a memorial. It'll be a nice time visiting with everybody and and catching up a little bit.
Different funerals have different feels, and unfortunately, with his being so unexpected,
and we've all had a few months to kind of process in some ways.
Yeah, I think that's a key part too.
I know that my cousin Lucy, and she's listening, and the kids are been having a rough time. They're doing well.
Yeah.
But my Uncle Mark was key with them, and he taught the kids how to hunt. He taught them how to fish. He'd go out with them all the time, stuff like that. So he was an outdoors guy. He's actually, we always joke over the years, he was born in the wrong era. He should have been born like in 1800s. He would have been a mountain man.
Yeah.
So,
well, on the plus side, though, because he did all that, they have memories of him to carry forward.
Yeah. Well, I have memories too. I mean, because he was always there as a kid, and he was always with us when we all go fishing or whatever else. I never did any hunting, but he was one of those guys that could. I see him hunt, like he hunted squirrels at times, and I see him actually taking care of the meat. Now he didn't hunt just to kill; he actually hunted for the meat. Yeah. So,
I have a funny hunting story.
Go ahead.
So my dad tried to teach me hunting, and he took me out into the woods. I was like about 7, and so his lesson was he like I forget what it was. It was like a chipmunk or a squirrel or something. He's like, "See that there?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Boom!" and blows it up. I went running home screaming. Never hunted after that. I'm like, I think you brought me into it a little too quickly there. Just watch this animal.
Did he go, before he shot it, go, watch this, it's coming right for us.
Yeah, he didn't even do that. Didn't even do that.
Another South Park reference, like we had one yesterday.
Yeah, that was my introduction to hunting. My dad had a way of showing me life.
This is how it works. It's kill or be killed. That chick one would have took you out.
But the hunting we do nowadays is hunting via Shipt.
Yes.
Hunting for groceries.
Hunting for the products. Where is these hot wasabi peas at?
Yeah, so this funny story for those, we covered Shipt before, so people know we do it. But you get these time windows to deliver in, right? And I had two order. What happens is you try to line up your shops throughout the day.
Yeah.
And sometimes unexpected things happen to cause a shop to be late.
Like the power going out one morning for me.
Yeah, that or the
Actually, I wasn't late, but it was there.
Yeah, or the app crashing.
Speaking of my Aunt Lisa, she's watching. Hey, Aunt Lisa. I'll see you this weekend.
Hi, Aunt Lisa. I won't see you. But you see me now.
Yes.
But anyways, sometimes things happen where you end up late. And the problem with that is then there's this snowball effect where now your next order is late. And, and thankfully I had a firewall set up where it's like, okay, I'm going to have this one gap. Mm-hmm. So I ended up with 2 orders late in a row because of that snowball effect. But I was starting to get paranoid about being late again because I have a good record. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I want to keep my record good. And then I get this order and I'm shopping it. And I'm like, oh, I got all this time. And I look at the clock and in my head I'm thinking, okay, I got to have this delivered for 5. I look at the clock, it's 4:50. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to get this done. I'm like going like a madman through the aisles. I'm like, grab stuff, getting the
knocking old ladies out of the way.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
your depends on the other side of the store.
That's right. And then I whip over to the checkout. Luckily, aisle was just opening, so I got there, checked out, get in the car, slam it, driving it, and I'm down to like 2 minutes left. I'm like, I'm trying to get there to be on time. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened? How did I lose an hour? I left early. What happened? And I'm like, am I having a stroke? What's going on? And so as I'm driving there, I'm like, I need to check this again. So I swiped the thing over to look at the time, and my delivery window was between 5 and 6. And when I was thinking 5, I forgot that 5 was the beginning of the hour. So suddenly I was thinking I was running late. And it was.
I've never had that feeling exactly. I always try to shoot for the beginning of the hour, anyways. But I understand what you mean about when you get behind.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's. Every time I think of the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, and he's talking about what are you scared of? Quicksand. Oh yeah, quicksand is scary, man. You fall in there. And it kind of feels like that though, because you get behind, and it's like it's a snowball effect, but it's also like quicksand. It's just dragging you down every time, and you're trying to get back out.
Well, and then the other side is then you get through all that because of the adrenaline you had going, you're still like mentally your brain is going 100 miles per hour at that point, even though you now know, okay, I can relax, but your brain is still like on like I'm getting like PTSD now for being late. I'm like all worried,
night sweat, night sweats. And
have you had Shipt dreams?
Yeah, I had one last night.
Isn't that weird?
I had a shopping dream last night. I was like, I woke up at 3:00 this morning going, why am I dreaming about shopping? Of course, I've literally shopped every day for the last 15 days.
Like at some point, 6 to 10 times a day.
Well, not that much, but I've had a couple days when I did like 3 or 4.
Like I've had
I ended up doing 5 yesterday. On the day off, I did 5 shops. I'm not going to work today. I picked up 1 in the morning, and then I had to go out. I was like, I can do this one real quick and make a couple money since I come out here anyway. Yeah. Next thing I know, I do 4.
Yeah. So I got one other Shipt story, but how about instead we take a moment to recognize our awesome sponsor, Loringer Family Chiropractic.
Yeah, I was just there yesterday.
Yeah, and did they treat you well as expected?
They did, as always. I got to see Dr. Anna, caught up a little bit because I didn't. I saw him last week too. But with the holiday and things like that, and they're definitely they do treat you like family and that. So, but yeah, go ahead and talk about Loringer Family Chiropractic.
Your journey to wellness begins here. Build a healthy lifestyle with chiropractic care at Loringer Family Chiropractic Center. They take great pride in providing the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Lawrence Family Chiropractic offers on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, Young Living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins, and a family-oriented environment. So give them a call at 734-697-4244 or visit LawrenceFamilyChiropractic.com. Or even easier, go to oddmusings.com to our sponsors page where you can click on the link we have for them there. Their offices are in Belleville
and Dexter.
Dexter, it's open in Dexter.
Yeah, they've had the Dexter one for a while. They're building the new one still.
Oh, that's it.
They're a little behind on that construction, but that's fine.
That's fine.
I did talk with them. When I get back, we'll be talking about this a little bit later as we close out the show. We're going to have little changes over the next few weeks. Still going to be live. But I'll be out of town for a few weeks, and Scott will be out of town for 1 week. But when I get back in August, we're going to try to coordinate and get Dr. Corinne to come in.
Yep.
Spend an hour talking about the benefits of chiropractic health that I definitely follow in terms of keep myself healthy. And just like
I want to know about these Young Living essential oils. Do you de-age?
Yeah, no, but I do use them.
Were these from the Fountain of Youth that Indiana Jones found?
Sure, why not? But I use one of them, and it actually helps with when I've been sick. I use a little bit of it, but it's also designed at Dr. Honest has put
these
it
are
on
like the peppermint and
it's like you put it on your hands.
Yeah.
It's thieves oil is what she calls. So what she uses.
The old thieves.
And it's supposed to help ward off germs and things like that make you sick. So she says it's really good to use. Put it on in the morning before you do Comic-Cons. And I always forget to take it with me, but it would be a good idea to do that. So.
All right.
You get another Shipt story.
Contact Lawrence Family Chiropractic. Even if you're not in the Belleville or Dexter area, give them a call. They can still help you out, maybe advise you as far as who's in your area. And some of this stuff you might be able is there stuff you can order online from them for do they sell their
you could definitely talk to them about the Young Living Essential. I think they definitely can get that online. So
give them a call. Check them out.
Yep.
Now for story 2. So I've had quite a week because I've really amped up my level, and with amping up comes funnier stories. So
he's level 3 Shipt.
Yeah. So I had 3 orders I had picked up. But all 3 were small orders, right? And one was for 6 to 7 time window, and 2 were for 7 to 8.
Okay.
But here in the Michigan area for Shipt, we deliver to we shop at Target and at Meijer. Mm-hmm. So my tiny order for 6 to 7 is at Target. Then I have 2 medium orders. Actually, they're on the smaller side, like 11 and 14 items each.
Oh yeah,
they're small.
Yeah.
I have for 7 to 8, 1 at Target and 1 at Meijer. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the 2 Targets together, shop it as a double, and just deliver 1 a little before 7 and 1 a little after 7. They'll be on time, both of them. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go to Meijer and finish that shop. Oh, well and good. I get to Target. I'm starting to shop. I'm contacting the client. I'm like, they don't have this. I asked the employees, they don't even carry this brand. Everyone's confused what's going on. Every single item, not in stock, doesn't carry. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm so sorry. I spent 25 minutes looking for these things, going back and forth, finding out what she wants substituted. Then I get to one item, Meijer salsa. I'm like, Target carries Meijer brand? Then the light bulb goes off. I'm like, no, they don't carry Meijer brand. I opened up the wrong order. So I'm trying to shop my 7 to 8 Meijer at the Target store. But so what that did is I wasted 25 minutes.
Right.
Now
so you're now behind. Now you're stressing again and stroking out again.
Now I'm having my stroke. I'm like, so I text her back. And I'm like, good news. All of your items are probably in stock.
It's like Futurama was like, good news, everybody.
Yeah. So
nobody died today.
I'm like, good news. All your items are probably in stock. Bad news. I'm at the wrong store. I'm like, I asked, your order is for next hour. I was shopping this hour. I said, she was fine with it.
That's good.
She said, oh, great, no problem. I'm not in any rush anyways. So I opened up the other order, and I'm like, I gotta go lightning fast now. Because I got 2 orders to shop with 30 minutes to go.
Right.
Go zipping through, get everything. Thankfully, no substitutions. Everything was in stock.
Awesome.
Got it all. Get to the checkout line. Only 2 aisles were open and long lines. I'm like, oh. And now I'm down to 10 minutes left to go. And you know how checking out can be.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can go up to the counter over there. I'm like, okay. So I go to the customer
So you knocked out 18 people.
Yep. I whip through, go to the customer service desk, and the two girls are like, oh, we don't know how to check out shipped orders. I'm like, oh.
But you know how to do it, right?
For Target?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they didn't know.
Oh, see, I've walked every single one through on how to do it because it's so easy.
It is easy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're like trying to find the manager. I'm like, oh, come on. I'm like, I think you just scanned the code here.
Yep.
And she's like, that's it? I'm like, I'm pretty sure. So she does it, and it worked. I'm like, thank you. So throw everything in, zip out in the parking lot, throw everything in the car. Thankfully, the order was being delivered right across the street. So I'm texting my first client. I'm like, the one that I shopped at the wrong store. I'm like, just an FYI, just finished up at Target, going to deliver these two, and then I'm going to go shop your order. No problem. Get there with 1 minute to spare. Pull in the driveway. Delivered. Woo, I'm on time. Get that there. Zip over. Now I got to go to the other store. Get over there, or the other customer. Drop that off. Whip over to Meijer. Now I've only got like 30 minutes to go by the time, because of it was rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
I'm texting the other client through the whole thing. I'm like, okay, dropped off, stuck in traffic. No problem. Okay, I'm here. I'm starting to shop. No problem. Get through. I'm like going so fast. Check out, whip over there. Once again, it's like 7:58, so 2 minutes to spare. I pull up, she's waiting there, and I hit deliver, so that was on time. And I'm just like, I am so sorry. And she's laughing. She's like, that was the best thing ever. I had so much fun following this. It was there was so much suspense on whether things were going to be in, I
wonder if he's going to be there.
Yeah, is
it going to happen?
We were laughing about it, and she thought it was the greatest thing, and she gave me a really good tip too.
Nice.
She's
not taking any wooden nickels, right?
Yeah. Look twice before crossing the street. Yeah. So anyways, that was the whole thing there. I opened up the wrong freaking store. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But that happens.
I've actually been shopping orders and thinking, am I in the right store? And I had to go back and look because I'm like, nothing's in. And I'm like, oh, I'm at the right store. Right. I have been asked by a couple times, one of the managers, I've got to know at one of my stores, they really know me well. And one guy goes, you sure you're at the right store? I went back out. Yeah, see, it's right there. He goes, okay, just double check it. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, we're just out of stuff.
Yeah.
But,
so that was
hilarious.
my fun.
But I understand about doing like the Target Meijer thing. I've actually had now 2 customers. I got both their orders, and they both had Target and Meijer for an order, and I've gone and shopped them both and delivered them. The one I went and it was funny. She had 10 to 11 delivery last week in the morning. One from Target, one from Meijer at the same delivery time. Well, I had an 8 to 9, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go deliver that. I go to Target to get the one item she needs from Target, which is 16 6-packs of soda. Yeah. Which they only had 6, and she stopped responding, which is funny. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you the 6. That's all they have." And they literally, that's all they had, because they're doing. And I said, so I'm gonna go over to Meijer. If you want more, let me know. I'll get them there. So I go to Meijer and I start doing her order. At that point, I had to drop my second 10 o'clock I had at Meijer because I overbooked myself.
Right.
So I go and shop her Meijer order, and she texts, "Oh, don't worry about the pop. It's fine. 6 is fine." And all that stuff. I think it was because it was on sale, so she wanted the discount. Right. And so I get I deliver it. She's not even there. She's gone somewhere. She had a friend come and meet me to deliver the stuff there. And but I let her friend know, and then I text her. I was like, "Well, just so you know, that one Target you ordered from, they're being remodeled like a lot of the Targets are."
That's the one.
I said, so their stock's a lot lower than the other one. And it's funny, where she lived at, one was on Carpenter Road for the Target, the other one was Ann Arbor Lane for the Meijer. If you know that area, the Carpenter Road, the Meijer on Carpenter Road is literally right next door to the Target. And but it had me going back and forth. I was like, okay. Well, I should say this. I did pick up the Target off of Metro. When I saw it was her address, I was like, I looked 3 times, like, well, I might as well just do this. I'm going to her house anyways.
Right. Well, there you go. Very cool.
But that was fun on that.
So that was that fun.
So we have fun now. It's fun. The Shipt can be a lot of fun. Sometimes we get a little stressed. The beauty of it is once we're done with the order and everything's delivered and you finally calm down, you never have to think about it again unless it's a funny story.
You're right, like that. Which, I brought that on myself with my errors, but thankfully it all worked out and got it corrected. So
yeah. Now a couple of fun stories I have. Okay. Not Shipt wise. Yep. Not really fun stories. Just interesting stories on the news. Did you see they announced a Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix?
I saw that it was a rumor, so it's official.
I've seen like 18 posts, and they all say it's official.
Oh.
And it sounds like this film was going to be garbage.
Well, yeah.
I my thought on this too is the same thing. It's like, okay, we're just going to do these movies based on these characters people like, hoping they'll go spend lots of money. And I'm like, build the universe.
Well, that's the problem. Okay.
And we won't spend too much time.
You're picking my DC scab now.
I know.
Okay. Here's the thing. They don't know what the heck they're doing, and now they're just doing everything to see. It's how they made their movies before.
They're throwing manure up against a wall and seeing what sticks.
I was going to say pasta, but yes.
That works.
Well, that's it.
It is manure.
They are throwing everything out there to see what sticks, and they keep going through writing changes, idea changes. There's no clear direction, no clear vision. The only vision they have is money, and they're not looking on making a quality product that makes money. They're just trying to make a product that makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. And like this Joker thing. So, because there's still talks about they're going to be bringing the other Joker back.
Well, yeah, the Jared Leto one.
Yeah.
Well, that was the original talk, was the movie was going to be his, but now they're going to Joaquin Phoenix and doing an origin story of Joker.
But it's not going to be connected. It's supposed to be a completely different.
It's not connected at all. I'm like, come on, you guys don't need to have all these multiple universes.
And don't do an origin story on Joker.
You don't need it.
Joker isn't supposed to have an origin story.
No, they did, or they technically did it with Dark Knight. They didn't. Well, they did and they didn't. And what I say is, he tells his story, but he changes it every time.
That's right.
But that's always been the Joker, though. The Joker, you never really truly know how he became the Joker. Now, the Batman Michael Keaton one, they try to say that he was the guy that shot his parents, and he fell into the vat. Batman created him. He created Batman. Yada yada yada.
And in the comics, there is a thing where. Oh, now this is the new 52, which is now gone.
Yeah.
So it's old, I guess. Batman sees into the future. He has that machine or something that makes him like all-knowing. Right. And he wants to find out who the Joker's real identity is, and he looks into it, and he discovers it. Did you?
I had not read that one.
If I remember correct, they don't reveal who he is, but it's implied, I think Batman is Joker.
Oh, okay. So he was in the future and he came back, and
like there was this weird thing that happened where Joker is actually an older Batman who's gone crazy and something like that.
Well, and I think anyways, the Joker was you shouldn't have the basic origin, because a lot of the mystery of him and allowing him to be the crazy that he is was all that.
There you go, depressing us, bringing up DC.
Well, the reason I mentioned that is we're going to talk about Marvel and how you get things done right. So
thank you.
But the other thing was, I did read a really cool article though. Outside Alexandria in Egypt, they found a giant sarcophagus. They were doing some construction, and they found basically an underground tomb there. And it's a giant sarcophagus that's completely sealed. It had like mortar over it, so they know nobody's ever broke into it. And it's dated back to about 300 BC. So, and they found they showed a picture of it in the article of a bust of the head of the guy they think is in there, and it looked like someone that would be like Roman, in my opinion. And so I'm kind of interested to follow this one when they do open it and excavate everything out, see what they actually find. Personally, I looked at it as this giant black sarcophagus. I'm thinking, okay, they found Apocalypse from X-Men.
Oh, could be. Mm-hmm. When you say a giant sarcophagus, are you saying the person inside is bigger than a normal?
No, but it was like 9 foot.
Okay, so the sarcophagus is huge, but the body inside is
and it's probably like a thick walls and stuff like that. So, but they're thinking that because it's never been opened and sealed, that everything could really be intact inside there in terms of clothing and everything else. So that could actually show like from that time period, like here's what they look like. Of course, around that time, this was the general that was under Alexander the Great, was that his family was ruling Egypt that time, and Alexandria was the capital. Right. And that was back around like 300 to 30 BC, somewhere in there. So okay. So I thought that was kind of an interesting little story, but I thought just a little segue different there before we get into Ant-Man. Yeah. Which we're going to get into in a second here, but I think I need to talk about IMP first.
That's right. IMP.
Yes. International Minute Press in Plymouth, Michigan. They print, promote, and design you. They are artist owned and operated. The team offers specialty printing services, custom graphic designs, marketing consultation, and promotional products to boost your business. IMP has the services and skills to help artists and entrepreneurs looking to take their business to the next level by exceeding client and customer expectations. You can visit them at 1058 South Main Street in Plymouth, Michigan. Can't make it there? Give them a call, 734-414-6203, or you can visit them online at myprinter.intlminutepress.com. Of course, at oddmusings.com, we have a link under our sponsors page, which if you haven't visited our page there, go to oddmusings.com, as well as visiting our sponsors. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, and you can check all the previous episodes episodes for our videos, even some of the interviews we used last week. And you can like our page. We need to get those likes on the YouTube so we can eventually get a / Odd Musings thing.
That would be nice.
Yes.
So, we saw...
All right, here's the quick spoiler. So Dominic knows we're going to talk about Ant-Man.
Oh, yes.
He's got to go outside so he can finish his Pokemon Go gym.
Pokemon.
Yeah, 15 minutes, come back in. We'll make sure we're done.
And if we're not, we'll stop.
Yeah. So if you happen to see Dom there, that was him crawling underneath. So.
That was his beautiful head going past the screen really fast.
But, yeah, Ant-Man. Man, what a ride. I loved it.
Yeah, so spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it... tune out and come back.
Watch the videos like at a delay. That's why I go by. You see like his back looks like a hump.
So we are going to talk about Ant-Man and Wasp, and then we're going to go into what does this mean moving forward, and then we're also going to cover what that awesome mid-credit scene was.
Yes.
So
I think the beauty of this movie for me was it was just like the first one. They had a solid. Here's the point of the story. They got into it, and it's an adventure right from the beginning. They're not trying to be too deep.
Yeah.
But it definitely has a lot going on within it at the same time.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the favorite characters from the first one come back. You know, we have his buddy that was a thief with him. They now run a security firm with him. Luis. And I love Luis. At one point, he's given truth serum. It's not truth serum. It's called truth serum. And he starts speaking the truth. They ask him about Scott, and he's like, Scott's the guy's name, right? Yeah. And he's like,
where is Scott?
And he starts telling him this all thing. He goes, no, I'm getting there. Don't worry, I'm getting there. And then finally he goes, oh, I thought you wanted to know about Scott emotionally. He's telling Scott's story. And the funny thing is they're showing all these clips, and it's his voice coming out of everybody's mouth.
I love the acting they do when they're doing his voice. So like he's talking, and especially Evangeline Lilly, she's like even like moving her head as she's like doing as Luis is doing her voice, and it was that cracked me up.
Well, and he did that in the first movie.
Yeah, that's his little
and that's
shtick.
the little shtick. I love that bit. That was my favorite part of the whole movie. Really, I mean, I love the whole thing, but that one I about lost my popcorn.
Well, and I'm hoping we get Luis in Avengers 4 talking to Captain America or Iron Man, giving his story to Iron Man, and Tony Stark being like,
"Oh, that'd be great! Oh man, I remember the first time I saw you in Iron Man. You come out here, boom, and you do this."
Yeah. But overall, Marvel did it again. Yeah. Great movie. The nice thing about each one, they tailor them to the character. Yes. Ant-Man being a small character, this is a small movie. It's more about family,
right?
Than it is about this whole grand thing, and they just do such a good job with it. And
they tie it into not just the first Ant-Man, but also Captain America: Civil War. Mm-hmm. All that's mentioned in that through the and during the times of this, and so it takes place after Civil War, which is perfect. So we know where in the timeline it fits at. And the beauty of it is, he's under house arrest because he got arrested afterwards.
Yeah, and that's where we find out where, because the big question was, where was Ant-Man, where is Hawkeye? Yeah. Those are the two questions. We find out where Ant-Man was. This is 2 years after Civil War, and he's been in house arrest the whole time.
Yeah.
As part of his agreement for breaking the Sokovia Accords.
Right.
And fighting and blowing up airplanes.
Well, yeah, when Civil War happened, and of course then Captain America then went underground. He got arrested, and he cut a deal.
Right.
And
so
instead of getting like 20 years in prison, he got 2 years house arrest.
Yeah. Now, this is all taking place during, probably just slightly before, because in the mid-credit scene, we don't know what kind of time took place between the last scene of the movie itself and.
I would say that
it's like right about the same time.
I would say around the entire movie's taking place as stuff's going on out in space with
the space stuff. Yeah,
and then the mid-credit scene, of course, is the end of Infinity War.
Right.
So it probably takes place, like I said, I would say it's within like, we didn't have a real definite how many weeks was Infinity War, but we know it was a few weeks in there because of time. I mean, actually not too much though, but
yeah, I don't know how
stuff was going on, but it was definitely, there's probably more tie-ins that we have little hints in that.
Yeah, I'm guessing the movie itself is taking place just before, only because I think all the stories of New York getting blown up and like these aliens coming in New York and giant things in the sky, that would have been taken over the news and no one knows about that yet. So I'm thinking it's happening like just a hair before
And then
it takes place, but then the mid-credit scene is
just after.
Is the moment he snapped.
Right.
And okay, so the mid-credit scene though.
Yeah, now this was great because Scott was telling me you're expecting it sooner.
Yeah, I assumed that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they have to tie it in somehow.
Yeah.
And so the part I thought it was going to be was when the mom, Janet's Evangeline. What?
We'll just call her a mom.
The mom.
The original Wasp.
The original Wasp. She gets rescued. She comes back, and they have their reunion, her and Janet. And she says, well, we have as much time as we want now. And then they went and hugged. And I thought that was when we were going to see her fade away.
Right.
Because what perfect timing for that line. But she didn't. So I'm like, oh, when are they going to do it?
Right. Now, PJ's on here. He's one of the questions, was he protected being in the innerverse? I don't think Scott, I don't think it was protected. I think it's supposed to be randomized, disappeared, but it seemed like it took like certain chunks of certain people in that to have all three of a family disappear. That's not random. I mean, it could be a weird randomization. It could happen, but it seemed like, that was, with the snap of the finger, it wasn't as random as Thanos even said it was. And I think that's part of it ties back to Infinity War, where Thanos himself realized when he did it, it wasn't the right thing, and it probably wasn't the randomness he thought. Because we also saw certain, it's kind of semi-seemed random in the movie Infinity War, but when I saw the whole family disappear, I was like, there's something not as random about that. Now, technically, he shouldn't have been protected being in the universe because it should have gone all the way down to that level.
Well, it depends. Though, because when you get down small enough, you can start existing outside of time.
Well, that's the thing, and they were talking about that because he could have gone across into the time. There's a time area there that was mentioned then before he's going down there.
My theory is, I think they're going to say he was protected down there.
Yeah.
But he still would have had a 50-50 chance based upon if we believe only half went. But that end scene, the reaction in the room was really cool because it ends on such an upbeat note, the movie.
Yeah.
And then it goes into this mid-credit scene, which once again, so many people left, Jill left the movie and missed the mid-credit scene.
What?
I know.
She should know better than that.
But they missed the mid-credit scene, and so, but when it happened, because it ends on such an upbeat note, I was actually surprised how many people were shocked. But it was an audible gasp where you could hear the people realizing, like, there was like a slight pause because it's like, wait a minute, why is there dust? And then it's like, wait,
same in your mind. Now I was watching, I was going, okay, here's the mid-credit. My thought was, we're going to see something with Thanos happen, where they disappeared, or I was wondering if it was going to tie in. We'd see like he crossed over through the time thing, like they mentioned, and actually ended up in one of the gems and saw, or maybe even crossed into the soul gem at that point. Because when you get that small, and you're basically in a whole different realm in a lot of ways, and dimensions and things like that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that could have gone with that, but the fact that he's now kind of stuck in there, so I think it's he's going to have to figure his way out.
Yeah,
to show up in the next.
Ultimately, the reason why he didn't vaporize is because of writing. They decided to save him, and he's the key to move forward.
You can get it today.
But outside of that arc, I thought the story itself, it was a great standalone movie.
Yes.
It stood on its own merits. The action was phenomenal. The fight scenes with Wasp was great. I love how she utilized shrinking and growing.
Seeing some of the shots from the trailer and how it was really utilized.
Yeah.
Those shots, the trailer really does not do it justice.
Yeah. And I'm like Luis in this. I'm like, I just want a suit. Even if it has no powers.
I love the fact he's like, we were small.
Oh yeah, we were small.
We're big.
Well, wouldn't you freak out? I would.
Well, yeah. And I love that, seeing how they utilize all that stuff with the vehicles and the buildings.
Or I love when he needed a flying ant to fly on, and they kept getting eaten by the birds.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, murderers! And then he's being pursued by a seagull.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And Sue, you haven't seen it yet. We gave spoiler alert, so if you have been warned, so hopefully you didn't just jump in the middle in this and we're ruining it. But yeah, the movie was great. great. The security guards were great. What Baba Yaga?
It's Baba Yaga, which is a witch that's been pops up in all kinds of different fairy tales and folklore and that.
And I did enjoy the villain being of Ghost, which was originally an Iron Man villain from back in the day.
And it was interesting the way they did the story with Ghost, and the fact that even at the end, she still could pop up.
Oh yeah,
she kind of got fixed, but at the same time, she's now she still has that vengeance blood in her. I think her mind is so warped from everything that she's still going to have.
Well, she's trying to heal, and the reason why Scott was in there in the quantum realm was he said they were collecting the quantum energy to treat her.
Right.
So they could use her moving forward and use the thing that she was temporarily healed, but because she's not getting more quantum energy, she's now reverting.
Right.
They could do that. But I like the concept of how she was phasing in and out and she could feel it.
Yeah.
And that was a great motivator for why she was who she was. It wasn't that she was a bad guy, it was that she was just trying to find a way to survive.
I mean, really, there was two technically villains. She had her, but she was just trying to find a way to not die in 2 weeks.
Right.
And then you had the Walter Goggins character, and he was just the scum. And I love that guy as an actor. He always plays great scum.
What was it?
He was in Justified, and then I forget what his name in this one here, but he was hilarious.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were great.
And,
I own a restaurant, and you wouldn't believe the number of health code violations I've committed.
Yeah, I love the guy that created the serum. It is a true serum.
Yeah, the humor was great all the way through, and very satisfying. It was a movie you left satisfied.
That was the thing, even with the mid-credit scene, and then there is a post-credit scene of the ant playing the drums, which I thought was a little waste because they showed that in the trailer.
That was dumb.
They showed it in the trailer.
That was so dumb. Yeah, it was dumb because they showed it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's, and all of us sitting there with our bladders about to explode. You're like holding, it's like, okay, there's going to be something good at the end, and then it's that, and it's like, really?
Yeah, I kind of thought if there, the end credits, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to have a little tie-in where we get a little more snippet of the Captain Marvel.
Really, what they should have done is the stupid end credit should have been the mid credit.
Yeah,
and then the awesome mid credit should have been the end credit.
Right, that would have been.
Then you would left satisfied instead of leaving like, really?
That's it.
I saw that in the commercial.
Yep. All right, we got like 5 minutes. We're going to talk about this.
So we can let Dominic come moving forward. What does this mean for the Marvel Universe? We got Captain Marvel coming out
next February.
So we
got a little bit of a wait before another Marvel movie.
Yeah, this is the last one of the year. And Ant-Man, just for numbers, I pulled them up, did $86 million internationally and $76 million US. So that comes out to be about $182 million.
It's pretty solid for a movie that
not bad.
Has a minor character that a lot of people have never read in the comics. I used to read the Kirkman version of it back in the early 2000s.
And keep in mind, too, this is the 4th superhero movie in like 7 weeks.
Right. It's a lot of movies.
And it's still doing well. And this is also Marvel's 20th #1 opening in a row.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, good track record. That ties into the Joker movie. Like, see, follow this formula here and tell good stories and build up to a bigger story.
So, moving forward, though, we got Captain Marvel, which takes place in the 90s?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 90s. But we've talked about it with the time thing going that small with Ant-Man. You and I were speculating he could actually pop up in Captain Marvel.
I think we're going to see him pop up in Captain Marvel, and he will be key in somehow figuring out what happened or telling people what happened and form. I think Ant-Man is going to be what brings about. He's going to be the reason why Nick Fury becomes driven to create the Avengers, I think.
Yeah.
It's like we need them to fight this
that
guy.
And Captain Marvel and all this
and
stuff.
We're going to have like this time paradox loop that will never end.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see Ant-Man and Captain Marvel.
I would not be surprised considering the fact that they're dealing with time and space, and they've said basically the line that the original Wasp gave was basically, watch out because the time thing, things get really messed up there.
Correct.
That's the line that opens it up for them to basically go anywhere with it.
And if you watch the Nerdist Science video that I shared, they get into the science behind when you get that small, what happens is all threads of time are visible at once, but because of how we exist in time, we only see one thread.
Yeah.
Right? Which is reality as we see it. But when you get that small, you can actually pick and choose which realities and jump back and forth. And so that's where the science behind what Ant-Man's doing will be. He'll actually be able to see which scenario, like, if I go here, I can get this, and that will tie into here, and they make this happen. He'll actually be able to see that.
Yes.
So that would be actually pretty cool.
I think it would be cool. So I mean, he's basically gonna have to just keep on going and where he's at.
And then we'll see. And then once Captain Marvel comes out, then we'll see where it goes into Avengers 4.
Yeah, the entire phase wraps up with Avengers 4.
Yep.
And then they're going to launch into a whole new series. We know some of the movies coming out. We still don't know what they're going to do there, but that's supposed to be revealed within Avengers 4, the next direction.
Yeah, pretty much the movies they've talked about already are just going to be tying up the phases, really.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of on hold as a company because they don't know if they're going to get all those mutants and everything from
right. Well,
Fox
wait for that deal to be finalized. I think that's why they're not announcing too much, but it should be finalized before Avengers come out, and then I think they'll start leading into the next grouping that Ant-Man the Three-Eyed Raven.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Well, and I have a feeling that maybe that's how Doctor Strange is.
And it'll tie into the Pixar theory thing we did a while back with the witch going back in an Ant-Man.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so there you have it. Ant-Man 3, go see it. Ant-Man 2, whatever.
Ant-Man 2, yes.
Even if it's just to see Evangeline Lilly, I endorse that.
She was great. I really enjoy her in these movies.
I've been in love with her since Lost. So.
Yeah, I know. She's cute. And she's like 3'5", you know.
No, she's not.
She dated a Hobbit. She had to be short.
She was pretty tall next to the Hobbit.
I know,
she's an elf.
She wore heels.
What was her name in Hobbit? I forget her name. Toliel. Anyways, she was awesome in Hobbit too.
But yeah, it was. I really enjoyed Ant-Man, and I'm looking forward to them. Hopefully, do another Ant-Man movie down the road. I enjoy the first one's like a bank heist. You know, this one here is, you know, we got to get this information and to do this. You know, it's all about getting one thing.
Yeah, they definitely did a well enough job. You know, comparing Ant-Man 2 to Jurassic World 2, I left Jurassic World 2 with zero desire for a third one.
Yeah, I left Ant-Man, same thing. And Ant-Man 2, I wanted to know one right away.
The interaction with Michael Douglas and him is so great.
Yeah.
That angst back and forth. I enjoy it, and Paul Rudd does great.
It's got great banter. Yeah. The dialogue was great, so it really all worked and it worked with each one of these guys as actors and how their cadences and everything else.
Yeah, they flow so well. So Marvel, if you're listening, we say 2 thumbs up to Ant-Man 3 coming out. So make it happen.
All right. Now, got to talk about what's going forward next few weeks. We got an interesting schedule for you guys. Next week, you're leaving on Tuesday to go to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes. Pay attention, people.
Yes.
Big news here.
Scott's going to be at BB4, right next to Sean Forney at BB5. If you bring them Fruity Pebble churros, they'll be your best friend.
Oh.
And
there you go. Yeah.
And, go to Disneyland and drive all the way down from Anaheim all the way down to San Diego.
Yeah, so we got some crazy weeks coming up. So I'll be taking off for San Diego, which this will be my 9th year there. I can't believe I've been doing this for 9 years now.
Yeah.
Awesome show as always, but it's a marathon of a show. It's exhaustive.
You and Kevin Meyer are going to be there sharing the place and all that. So
he's one of my regular traveling companions.
Yeah.
And so we got an Airbnb over there. So got a great rate. So looking forward to that. And while I'm there, I've got the 501st Bash that I'll be at, the annual 501st Bash. It's always fun. And I'm bringing Kevin as my invited guest, so he'll get to witness a bunch of nerds.
The drunken buffoonery.
Yes. What happens when a bunch of Star Wars nerds have open bar?
Yep. It's going to be, I expect it to look like when Lando, when they first played cards and all that, you know, it was just drinking, playing cards and telling lies and cheating.
It's not even that exciting. It's just nerds being drunk.
Yeah.
But it's good. No, it's a blast. It really is.
And while you're in San Diego next week, I'm going to be hosting the show live. Yep. I'm bringing my good friend Jen Losey James. I've known her since college. We studied telecommunications and film at Eastern Michigan University. Go Hurons, now the Eagles. And we're going to talk a little bit about the work she does in suicide prevention. She works for a hotline. She's got a good story going on. She's a breast cancer survivor. She's just an all-around awesome person.
It'll be good to have her in the studio.
Her and her husband. Her husband, Kevin, is a video game designer. I don't think he's coming up because we're mainly just talking with Jen next week. And but we're going to have a fun episode next week. It's going to be a little bit more serious at times. Just kind of want to warn you guys on that. But I think it's going to be a worthwhile show to talk about with everything going on in the world.
It'll be an important topic.
Got to bring that out.
Yeah.
And then I'm heading out to Florida after that.
So then I get back from San Diego. Diego, step off the plane and come straight here almost.
Pretty much.
And I'll be doing the July 25th show. I'll have we're still in the works, but it looks like a good friend of mine, Darren O'Brien, is going to be co-hosting. It's not set in stone yet, but he works in the mental health industry, and we're going to be talking about common misconceptions and different things about mental health in our community. And also we're going to dive into some on the pop culture side of things, what movies address and TV shows address the issue really well, which ones don't, and get into that just to help people understand that situation. Then after that, we actually are together.
Yeah, I'm going to call in and we'll do a split screen Facebook page, Facebook video. Well, I'll catch you guys up on what I've been doing down there. I'm actually going to do a little Shipt down there.
Yeah.
At that point, I would have gone and seen Sammy Castillo, as well as taking my sister to Universal for a day.
Yep.
I'm going to try to go see JoJo while I'm there too. So I'll catch you guys up all in my adventures prior to doing the Tampa Bay Comic-Con that coming up weekend.
And if that's not enough, we then even have August 8th planned.
Yep, and I'll be gone that week.
Brett will be gone again, so I'll be back on my own.
But you're bringing Jill in with you.
Jill is coming in. She's she's my partner in real estate, and we do all our deals together.
And she also does Shipt.
She also does Shipt.
Yeah.
And what we're planning on doing is we're going to work real estate into pop culture. We're going to look at we're going to talk about famous movie homes, fictional homes. Maybe we'll talk about the Psycho.
I want to know how much you can sell Professor X's mansion for.
Yeah, there you go. See that, or Stark Tower,
or Wayne Manor.
Wayne Manor.
There you go.
Would he have to disclose the Batcave? I don't know.
There's the law on that, so we'll have to find out.
Or the Full House. Who knows? So whatever we'll have people chime in about what houses.
So that's like. August 8th, right?
That's August 8th.
So then August 15th, I'm back live in studio with Scott,
and we're back to normal, back to not planning anything.
At that point, things should be.
We'll just wing it from there,
and until and probably me, I'll screw it up again and leave. So
yeah, so it'll be all good. We make it happen.
It's a fun. As long as you guys keep
tuning in, we'll keep showing up.
Yeah, that's why we call it Odd Musings, though, so we can do stuff like this. It's not just about one topic; it's about a million topics. And I hope you guys have continued to enjoy. I know we talk a lot of movies, but that's kind of what we like the most.
Yeah, we're nerds.
We're nerds, man. Nerds. I did get a poster signed by the ogre, and he puts on, Brett, you nerd.
That's
so
awesome.
Great.
So on that note,
join me next week live. I'll have a special guest
as I play hooky.
Go see Scott in San Diego,
and Sean in San Diego, see
Sean
Kevin
Forney,
in San Diego.
Kevin Miner, Josh Warner,
Dominic. Do you have anything coming up? Nope, Dominic's doing nothing.
He's just doing Pokemon Go. So with that,
tune into Motown Mojo Live Monday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. That's his show.
Yeah,
it's a blast there. So
eventually I'll have me back as a guest. But until then, Dominic, take us out, man.
This is Lisa with T-24.com, and you've been listening to Odd Musings with Brett and Scott.